Okay guys, it's time. It is time for the Greeneville Library book sale. It's been almost 3 years in the making. We're so excited. We're running to the car and we're gonna get in. Alright, Mom's going with us and we are going to go to this book sale because, like I said, we've waited forever for this thing, but it's finally here, so we're gonna go and see what kind of cookbooks they got. I'm so excited. Let's get going. Okay, so we're here. It starts at 10. We got here at 9:13. So we got a little bit of a wait, but we wanted to get first dibs because the last time we were here, the line was really long. This is gonna be the largest it's been because it's been almost 3 years in the making. So they said they've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books in this building, and I can't wait. So we've got a bit of a wait. I guess we'll just sit here. Okay, so here's our plan of attack. We're gonna go right into, right there is where we want to start out with. But where's the special section? Let's see. We've got gardening. Oh, there we go. Special collections. That's our other plan of attack that we really want to go see. And we also might go see this little gardening section right here. We ended up being in there for 3 hours looking around. They had multiple rooms, which you saw. It was filled with books. I got some real good gems, but I'm gonna wait and show you at home when I can lay them out on the counter and really let you look at them. But right now we're starving, so we're gonna get lunch and head home, and I will show you those cookbooks. We got lunch at Becky's Sandwich House. It's got really good burgers, and the fries are really, really good. Let me show you what they look like. Ooh, look at this juicy hamburger, guys. That is so good. One of the best in Greeneville, actually. And we've got some really nice crispy fried fries. So this is gonna be a good lunch, and we kind of need to refuel after all those books that we pawed through. We're finally home, and I'm sure you guys are waiting for the big reveal. So I have all the cookbooks laid out. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I got. And here we go. Not too bad. I controlled myself for the most part. But let me show you what I got. Remember, all hardcovers were just $2 and paperbacks were $1. So we got an excellent deal. If you guys live anywhere near a library book sale, I suggest that you run to it because you can get some really cool stuff for super cheap. So the first one we got, Vegetarian Cookery 2, and yes, I did look for the other ones, but the number 2 was the only one they had. But these look really interesting. I also really like this tagline, a non-profit publisher concerned with man's true needs. That sounds like a really interesting place to work. We'll have to look that up and see if they're still going. I got this one because I really like the vintage 1970s look to this cookbook. It's got the nice little illustrations. I like the harvest gold pages. So, you know, you could match your kitchen if you had harvest gold appliances. We've got some really cool stuff in here. So this one looked really interesting to me, mostly because it's breads, soups, and sandwiches. And I think a lot of these might actually be really good for a lunch. So we'll have to be on the lookout for the other numbers. We got famous Adirondack recipes from restaurants. We've been to the Adirondacks once. I don't really remember like eating there at any particular restaurant, but I thought this would be really fun to look through and see some good New York eating. And while we're on state cookbooks, I also found this New Mexico cookbook. I kind of just like the cover. It looked really vintage and really fun, so I went ahead and picked that up because the food looked really good too. I also really like the layout of this cookbook. The font is nice and large, and it just kind of seems like a nice little compact cookbook to keep in your kitchen. And of course, we had to go with Hawaii. After that one Hawaiian cookbook fiasco, I've been on the search for some really good Hawaiian cookbooks. So grab this one. It's nice and vintage. I really like the layout of it, and the inside is really nice. We've got a few pictures, but not too many, but that's okay, because this too seems like more of a little compact cookbook that you would keep on your shelf. So we will put that on the channel and see if that's actually authentic. And this big boy is full of recipes from California. So I thought that would be really interesting. This has got some nice and interesting recipes in it. It looks like there's a huge assortment, actually. I saw some Mexican, but we also had some clam chowder. So we've got a really good smorgasbord of recipes to this one. Now this one I grabbed because it just looked interesting. I like the color of the cover. I like the picture. And I don't know who this is yet, but when we do an episode on this cookbook, we will look her up and see all about this Hotel Anderson. I also like the fact that this was inscribed. So you can see this was a Christmas gift in 1975 to Peggy. We have lots of interesting recipes to this one, and it does look like it's been used. It was splattered with something, so maybe that means that the recipes were used quite a bit and was loved. We will put this on the channel and see. This one's kind of the same way. I grabbed it because, number one, Walden Books is not in business anymore, but I also really like this cover. I like farm cookbooks. And so we will do a deep dive on what that was when we do this cookbook, because pretty sure this is somebody's farm, and I'm not really sure if like you got to stay there or if it was a working farm or whatever, but we will definitely look into that. And now here's a fun one. I've been to Wall Drug twice in my lifetime so far, and I love that place. It's one of the greatest tourist traps of all time. And if you've been there, you just know what I'm talking about, and I'm sure you probably love it too. But this is basically a souvenir cookbook from Wall Drugs. I think this is actually a compilation, yes, from their employees and their relatives. So when we put this on the channel, we will do a deep dive on Wall Drug because it is a fantastic place. This one just looked really interesting because, again, it's got that really nice 70s vintage vibe with the Golden Harvest paper, and I love these hand-drawn illustrations. I think they're really cute. So over here, you've got what you're going to be making. You have all your measurements. And then you look over here and it tells you by pictures and step by step how to put it together. I think that's really cute and really different. Oh, and we see here a handwritten note saying good. So someone has tried this cookbook and they liked it, so that bodes well for us. That looks really good. But isn't that so cute to have everything done in these little illustrations? I love it. And for $2, you can't go wrong. Now, let's start with this one first. Some of you may know who Vincent Price is, an actor. Gosh, he was in all kinds of scary horror films. He had that voice that was so great for narration. He made a cookbook with his wife, and I found it at the book sale. I was so happy because this thing can be a little expensive on eBay. But we have found all his favorite recipes from restaurants that he loves all across America. There is a picture of Vincent right there, enjoying one of these recipes. And I love how this cookbook is laid out because you see that he's actually got restaurants from all around the world, not just the United States. So I think that's really cool. We'll be looking at all kinds of these recipes, and gosh, this is going to be really hard to choose. We may have to just do a whole month based on this so we can go around the world with Vincent Price. And you've been seeing this one, but I found A Year of Teas at Elmwood Inn. I'm not sure where that is, but you guys know I love tea, so I grabbed this. There's her autograph. There's all about the Elmwood Inn. And then, of course, we have all the little recipes for all kinds of little tasty treats that you would eat with your tea. I think this is going to be really cute. I'd like to put this on our tea time, so we may be cooking out of this one several times. This one looked really interesting just because of the rustic pictures. I just love when cookbooks have like these big layouts and spreads of food like this. And now we have a little bit of history of the Civil War. And then we go into our food. I love these layouts. They are so cool. So we have tons of really good looking recipes to try. I can't wait to delve into this one. As you know, Greene County, where I live, actually was Union sympathizing, and so our particular area saw lots and lots of fights right in downtown Greeneville between the Confederate and Union forces. So we have a really odd Civil War history, so I think it'll be really fun to delve into the kind of cooking that they would have eaten. And then we come to this one. Now, I grabbed this one from the specialty section without opening the inside. I thought that this was going to be, a collection of recipes from African American cooks through the ages. But when I got it home, I actually discovered that it's something better. But this actually turned out to be a compendium of African American history. We've got famous people, and the neatest thing of all, this is actually a list and a history for each cookbook published in the United States by African Americans and how they shaped our cooking today. And I think this is absolutely fascinating. I can't wait to read this because, as you know, African cooking really shaped Southern cooking. So a lot of the dishes that we enjoy and eat even today go back for hundreds of years in our history. And it's really cool to see where that history came from. Not only that, but we also are going to be able to look for some of these cookbooks and maybe put them on the channel. Some of them we've already had on the channel, like Mrs. Fisher, and we've had Rufus Estes. There are so many more that we could be finding and putting on this channel. I can't wait to look into some of these. And some of them may actually be free on the internet because, they're really old. And so a lot of libraries will go ahead and just make copies of them and put them on the internet for you to look at for free. But some of these are going all the way up into today's time. So there's so many really cool looking cookbooks that we're going to be able to put on the channel and explore. So this was a really fun find. Glad I picked that up. Now, that is it for all the cookbooks I found. I did find a few other treasures. I love mysteries, so I grabbed me some $1 Agatha Christie's. But look at this. I've never heard of this author before. She's a native of New Zealand. And they're calling her the queen of great mystery writing. Now, some of Agatha Christie's books will actually call her the queen. And then we find on one of them, she writes better than Christie, the New York Times book review said. So was there a little rivalry going on between Marsh and Christie? I don't know. We'll look it up and find out. But they had 4 from Marsh, so I went ahead and grabbed all 4 of them to see, is she really better than Christie? I'll read one and find out. And now here's a real treasure. We found, my mom found, this is just folders of paintings. So you have this one by Rembrandt. And I'm assuming they did it this way so you can actually take them out and have them framed if you'd like to hang them up. And then the only other one they had was Manat, and this was the same way. You had all his paintings printed on this nice, glossy paper. So you can frame them if you wish. I'm not going to, because, I like to keep them together, but it's going to be really nice to just look through and enjoy all these paintings. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. It was absolutely wonderful. I'm so glad that we got to do this year because we've waited so long. I got some great treasures. We will be putting them on the channel. And if you saw one in particular that you're really curious about, go ahead and put the title in the comments below so I will fast track that one and get it on the channel quicker and we'll explore it together. So hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
And if you like historical cooking and unusual cookbooks, here's 2 more videos you might enjoy. And make sure to like and subscribe for more foodie adventures.